We're going to play quarterback pressure cooker. Some quarterback names out there. Is it a low-pressure year, chill, a little bit of pressure on you, or a ton of pressure on you as a quarterback? Our quarterback pressure cooker, Joy, here we go.
How much pressure does Trey Lance have going in this season?
High pressure. Shanahan's a winning culture. They beat the Packers in the playoffs with Jimmy Garoppolo. He's 22 years old, and he's had a year now to get ready, over 400 days. And again, this coach wins games with every quarterback. So if he struggles, it's not on Kyle. It's on Trey Lance. I think there's real pressure here.
How much pressure does Jalen Hurts have?
Medium pressure. All his critics, he got him to the playoffs. There's the concern with him is there are accuracy issues. He's got to get better at that. He cannot complete 59% of his throws. He has to get Jeffrey Lurie and Nick Sirianni to believe he can get in the low 60s. It can't become like this is what he is. He's a low accuracy quarterback. Because that in this day and age, that's a hard place to be. But I do think getting to the playoffs bought him, and he is productive, it bought him some space. Carson
Wentz, how much pressure?
High pressure. This is his last shot.
Yeah.
Jim Irsay said it was a huge mistake. He's under 500 as a starter his last 4 years. And Washington, I mean, he's got an owner issue. It's not a very good division, so it's not like one of these you finish second or third and you get a pass. You got to win that division. I think they have the best defensive personnel up front in the division, so I think there's real pressure on him. And let's be honest, a good franchise said no thanks. So this is it for him.
Aaron Rodgers.
I think it's low pressure. He got his money. The Packers weren't aggressive. He's got nothing to prove. This could be his last year. I think he looks comfortable and feels comfortable. And he's got a Super Bowl, his legacy rings, and they'll probably be favored to win the division. They are, actually. So I don't sense a lot of pressure.
Justin Fields.
Probably somewhere between medium and high. It's Chicago. It's the Bears. So there's always pressure. But they've been so bad at quarterback. It's not like Trey Lance intensity. They haven't won a playoff game in 12 years. But I do think he struggled at times last year, and you got to show me something. Because remember, next year is a great quarterback draft. And if he struggles, there are going to be some people in that room in the Bears that are like, hey, it's a mistake. Arizona moved off their guy. We've seen teams do that now. They'll move out their guy fast.
I'm interested to see what your answer is on this one. Russell Wilson.
Well, I'm going to say high medium pressure. Here's why. It's a rookie coach. So if let's say they don't win the Super Bowl, but they get into the playoffs, and you could say, well, Andy Reid, in wild card team, Andy Reid, they have a new owner. They have a new coach. I mean, if he was going to Belichick or he was going to an elite coach, a McVay, like Stafford had to deliver. We got a lot of moving parts here. So it's medium pressure, but it is a good roster, so he's got to win. So it's a high, medium, low, high, medium.
There's just pressure.
Yeah.
Derek Carr.
Medium pressure. He did get Devontae Adams, but again, new GM, new coach, tough division. I think if they go 10-7, and I think that's where they're going to be, I don't think anybody's picking them to win the division. I think most people aren't picking them to be a playoff team. I do think Derek's a really good quarterback, and I do think they have – here's where his pressure comes from. They got some really good offensive pieces, and they don't need to make the playoffs, but he has to perform. That division's rough, but he's got to be good. He's got to put up good numbers because Hunter Renfrow, Devontae Adams, Josh Jacobs, Darren Waller, Colton Miller, left tackle, they got really good pieces.
Justin Herbert.
Medium pressure. The pressure's high on the coach. It's established. He's good. We know that. So I think I know what he is. The question is, are they going to become go for it on 4th and 10 team again? So I think the staff faces enormous pressure because he was the best quarterback that didn't make the playoffs. And I don't think anybody in Los Angeles doubts him. I think there are some people, if they struggle in late game situations, Brandon Staley's going to have to answer for it.
Zach Wilson.
High pressure. Accuracy issues, wildly inconsistent. The Jets are going to give him one more year. But again, this is not a good team. They probably finish fourth. They will have a top 10 pick potentially next year, and it's a great quarterback draft. If he continues to be talented but erratic and play hero ball, don't kid yourself. The Jets want to find their next Namath. They'll move off. They moved off Darnold. They'll move off him because his last year, you got this wide variation, half to half. He at times was awful, and it really clever. Now I don't think he's got. I think they had a good draft. I don't know if Saleh's the right guy, but New York is impatient, and he was just like Sam Darnold. He was just too volatile. So if it's another year of that, I think they'll make a decision that, we're watching Mac Jones and his consistency in the same division. We think Tua is going to have a good year. We know Josh Allen is great. You can't have the fourth best quarterback in a division. You got to move on.
Kyler Murray.
Medium to high medium, but medium. He's good. It's established. He saved the franchise. It's established. He's gotten better every year. It's established. I think Cliff Kingsbury has got a little pressure, higher pressure than him because college and pro, Cliff Kingsbury's teams get worse every year of his career late. And I think some of that's Cliff and not Kyler's teams in college didn't get worse late. So I don't sense a lot of pressure. I think the pressure with him is they're going to pay him and he wants to perform. But I have no doubts I would pay him tomorrow if I was the Cardinals. I said this about Lamar. You don't pay Lamar and Kyler, who you starting next year. I don't want to hear about their passer rating and their injuries. That was a playoff team. The pressure is his playoff game wasn't very good, but I think we know why. He's like, I'm going to not run much. I'm not going to get hurt, which I didn't love, but I get. I think that's solvable. Pay him, and he'll put his body in more harm's way. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.